Greetings, brave adventurers, and welcome back to another RPG A Day 2022 video. And today we are day 23, and asking about what situation is your character currently in. Well, for this particular week, I'm talking about an old character of mine named Jaya, or Jaya, depending how you pronounce it. I always used to say Jaya. And well, she hasn't been played in nearly 20, well, just over 20 years now. As I mentioned in my last video, she was a character in an online Java chat D&D 3rd edition game in the Scarland setting. I ended up leaving that chat due to a altercation with a member of the official team. But at that particular point, Jaya had... I was trying to remember yesterday, but I think she got to something like about 3 or 4 levels in Rogue, 2 in Ranger, something like that. And it was a chat site that basically was more for role playing, but they had GMs. I was one of them for a time, that would run adventures. Never had any overarching campaigns run like a normal game. So pretty much everything you did was standalone scenarios. It often conflicted because obviously GMs didn't talk to one another, and you'd never be able to keep track of it all anyway. But she, at the time, had made a circle of friends. In fact, one of them has just come to mind. There was a dwarf named Killy, who started off as a bit of a pain in the backside, but everybody soon sort of warmed up to everybody. She made a nice circle of friends. She basically played through a series of well, I don't know what you'd call it, one-off little scenarios with the GMs when she was a low-level rogue, where she would break into people's houses and literally thieve stuff. She was a good line character, but she only ever sort of like picked on, the nasty merchants who screwed over the customer base, or minor nobles who are, again, not being overly nice to everybody else. Chaotic good sort of thing. Over time, there were a few sort of on-running scenarios that she took part in, but again, nothing campaign-based. And I'm not really sure where it ended up where she was, whether she was partway through anything. 20 years on, she'd be in her early 40s. I don't think she was ever the sort to settle down and have a family. I think the lure of gold was probably far more interesting to her, and living the life that can bring for you. I like to imagine that she climbed up a few more levels, probably retired now. I can't see her being killed off anytime soon. She was always very, very careful. Yeah, probably retired. Magic swords over the bar, maybe a dragon's head or something. Yeah, the classic sort of thing. And probably still living in Fangsful with her friends. And probably a mentor to new adventurers coming through. I like to think that she was a good and positive influence on the characters around her at the time and those that have come after her. I do wish that things had gone a bit better and I'd been able to play her for a bit longer. But I think the chat itself died off only a few years after I stopped playing. So who knows? But there you go. So, yeah, she was a favourite character of mine, probably the most favourite that I had. But the site that we were running on wasn't really conducive to campaign play. So the question's a bit of a difficult one. Anyway, just a little quick blurb. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow we are doing. Oh, when did you start playing this character? Well, that'll be a short vid. Right, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Good gaming.